All right. Welcome, guys. Welcome to our team training for Team Coconut. We have some new faces on tonight, which is really, really exciting. Now, tonight we have one of our speakers is our beautiful brand new sales coordinator, Stacey, who's going to share some hot tips of hers with us today. Today's team training is extremely important because I've just come back from NMD school in Newcastle, and the things that you learn is incredible, and I'm so excited to share them with you all. So thank you so much for being on the Zoom. So to kick it off, I'm going to get Stacey up, and she's going to go over the foundations of starting the business strong and the tips and tricks that she has followed to keep her business strong as well. So I will unmute you, Stacey. My phone, unmute. All right. Say something, girl.
Hello,
yes,
everybody.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry that you all cannot see me. This is what we as mothers go through. I'm actually sitting in the car to hide from my child. I sound like such a terrible mother, but this is what you have to do to get work done, I suppose. So first of all, welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's Zoom. Thank you, Kim, for having me on tonight, especially. I'm really excited, and I'm really excited to share some of the things I found to work successful in my business so far. So first of all, Kim and I were speaking this morning about starting off a strong business and building a strong foundation in Juice Plus. And one of the main things that we were discussing was that the most important thing for you guys is to really, once you get into this business, is definitely build a strong business and a strong platform, and then your business will really just take off beautifully from there. So first of all, the main goal is to really get each and every one of us to self-qualified SDVF level, which is where you're really recognized as a strong business. So I'm just going to quickly share how achievable this is. So first of all, we all know that when we join the business, the first goal is really to reach our first promotion. Now, our first promotion is DVF level. So just quickly run over what we need to achieve DVF. So first of all, it's just simply 1,000 volume points. So that can be the simplest way to really do this is 3 premium packs. So say if I was joining the business, which I obviously have, I would place my own premium order, and then I would get either my mom, dad, husband, anybody who would like to also to start this journey with me. So they can also place 2 orders, say mom and dad. And there we go. You've reached your first 1,000 volume points. That's got you to DVF. And if you reach this within the first 10 days, you receive $1,000. Wouldn't that be great? You receive $100 bonus. So that's obviously within the first 10 days. That's just in bonus point volume. Excuse me, just in bonus points alone. So the next step from DVF is SDVF. So really from DVF to SDVF, we need to reach around 4,000 volume points. So that does include your first 1,000 volume points from your DVF, which is amazing. So the best way we say to achieve this is to really bring on 1 to 2 team members that can work alongside you to achieve this. So that works out to be around 9 premium orders, for example, if you bring on 1 team member, and that's exactly how I achieved SDVF. I brought on my mother as a franchisee, and then we worked together to achieve SDVF. So that's from SDVF, and then you're eligible to qualify your business, and that's an incredible thing. So when you do move on and you do qualify your business, that with bonuses alone, you're able to pick up around $700 along the way, which is absolutely amazing just in bonuses alone. And that's not including your sales profit or your commission, which is great. So each time you're going up in promotions, you're being able to pick up more commission on the way, which is excellent. I don't know if Kim wants to add any more value to that before I move on to other. No, all good, excellent. So I'm just going to move on to a couple of things that I've definitely something that I've really worked hard on within my business alone, something that I believe is very important to starting a business. I was discussing with Kim today. I think definitely my number one would be customer care. When I first joined the business, I listened to an incredible YouTube from Emma Snedden, who is a mother like myself. And she said something that really related well with me, which was love your customers more than you love your paycheck. And I really believe that this is such a strong statement, because it really is true. I believe that the power of the follow-up with all your customers is an amazing thing. Each individual person likes to feel like they're being heard. So I definitely believe that once you're bringing on that new customer and you're bringing them into this community, it's really important to definitely share them on the support pages. The Juicy movement is absolutely incredible for recipes, health tips. It's a community that we can all come together and support one another. So really, it's not just about making a sale and being able to share Juice Plus with somebody. It's an incredible thing that they're able to receive support from other people as well, other than yourself. So that was a big thing for me. Customer care definitely plays a big role. I made sure that I was really, as soon as I would bring on a customer, within the first week or two, definitely the first 2 weeks, I'll be checking if first of all they've received their order, if everything's going great, if they understand how they're meant to be taking the product. I've noticed with some customers that they're just so eager to jump in and get started that I've had quite a lot lately, people coming to me saying, oh, I've received a lot of Juice Plus in the mail. I'm like, yeah, that's 4 months up front, but sometimes people are just, as I said, so eager to get started on this journey. So it's definitely great to explain to them everything that you need to before bringing on a customer. And I always like to say that I like to make sure that they're 100% ready before they start this health journey. So yeah, I definitely follow up with them within the first couple of weeks just to make sure everything's great. And then from the first month or two from then on in, I'm really checking in with them and seeing how the product is going for them. And more often than not, I think I've even noticed a few times when I've checked in with people and they've not been they've said, oh, I've been having a few headaches and I've been feeling a bit run down. Obviously, that's just we all know that that's just the detoxification process. And that's why it's so important to be checking in with them and just making sure that everything is okay, so we can keep continuing to guide them on. And as I said, if you're dedicated to your customers and your customers are absolutely loving the product, the great thing is your customers can become your raving fans. If they really love the product, then it's incredible, because they can actually become your best franchisees. And that's another amazing thing, that they can continue this journey through the business with and link arms with you through the business as well, if they already are so passionate and their belief is 100% in the product. That's another incredible thing, when it makes our jobs easier when their belief in the product is 100%. So a little thing that I did also additional is I decided I would like to create my own. As I said, everybody's different. You can do whatever you like with this business. This is the beauty of when it's your own business, you decide whatever you like to do. And I decided I wanted to come up with my own support page as well for my own customers. So I add them to Juicy Movement, and I also add them to my own customer page, just where I think it's a little bit more personal for my customers to see my journey as well. So that's another thing that's worked really well for me. So that's really all I have to cover on customer care. That's all great, Kim. Yeah. She's giving me the thumbs up. All is good. So I'm just going to move on to the next thing I really believe has worked well for me within starting my business strong is really following a daily method of operation. My DMO is slightly different to other people's. As I said, I'm a mother to a near 2-year-old little girl, and it becomes quite overwhelming in the day to kind of achieve what I think other people are achieving in this business as well. And I think when I really stopped comparing myself to what other people can do and what other people could achieve in the day, that's really where my business thrived. And I realized, look, I can't really reach those goals within the day that I need to. I'm not 100% committed, and I'm not 100% focused in the day. I want to be 100% with my daughter. So I decided the best thing for me to do was definitely when I'm putting my daughter to bed in the evening, that hour is completely 100% dedicated to Juice Plus work. That's whether it be checking in with team members, following up with customers, really looking at personal development for myself. That's something that's worked for me. And that's another an amazing thing I'll share with you all, guys, is don't compare yourself to any other person within this business. You have to do what is achievable for you and you only. And I think that's another thing that's really worked well for me, is when I decided, look, I can't do this in the day. It's just too much. I'm not 100% focused, and I can get so much more done in the evenings, and I just feel that I'm completely buzzed, and I can't some nights I'm like, oh my god, I can't even go to sleep because I'm so buzzed from. But when you're reaching out and you're following up with people, and you're getting that recognition back of how amazing it makes them feel, I think that's another beautiful thing about this business. So yeah, that's really all. I don't know if Kim wants to touch on anything else. That's really my kind of hot tips, as we said, of things that have helped me along the way and will continue to help me grow this business. And yeah, Kim, I'm all done. If you want to add or if anyone's got any questions, I'm happy for any questions. Or
awesome, that was amazing. Love it. Thanks, Stacey. We'll do questions if we have time at the end. I'll just mute you, Stacey. I hope everyone's paying attention because that was absolutely incredible. Stacey, thank you so much for sharing. And I know you have your new teamies on board too. And guys, this is why this business is so amazing, because, you know, this was the first time Stacey shared on team training. Anyone can do it. It's such duplicatable information. You don't need to be a national marketing director to run a team training to share the information. You guys know it. So thank you so much for stepping up there, Stacey. That was incredible. And yeah, I'll just run on the fact that how Stacey made a point of, you know, we had our team training last week, which was about scheduling. We had Val come on and she told us about the importance of scheduling. Stacey's schedule works best at night time and she's productive. You know, I personally schedule in things and I have to be strict because I won't get it done. I'll procrastinate. So I schedule in when I do my follow-ups. I schedule in every day an hour of networking. So if you guys can commit yourself as if you're hiring yourself, you know, you're going to get stuff done rather than just wait. So that was awesome. Now, guys, I'm really going to get through the most of this as quickly as I can because I've got a lot of information here to share with you. And now just switching on what I want to talk about that we learned at NMD school, and also I know some of you who are in the SDVF qualifiers group. Obviously, if you're not in that yet, it just means you've got to wait till you're an SDVF and then you get to be a part of the qualifiers group. Guys, I don't know if you are checking your reports, and I know you know how to do it, and if you don't, your upline will teach you. And for those who are new, if you don't know how to read your reports, it's because you're new, so don't even worry. Guys, there are cancels, there are declines, and the reason I'm sharing this, and if you're not on top of it, and check through your team and ask them if they're on top of it, is because your customers pay your profit. And the only reason that it's important to check if there's a decline or check if there's a cancel and check in with your customer and do your customer care, it's because at the end of the day, we can be like, you know what, whatever, it's a cancel, let it go, that's fine. But if you get cancels, your pay will drop if you're not putting on new customers and you're not growing a business. So that's why it's really important to do that. And, you know, Danny Martin tells us, and we know this for qualifying, you want 25 to 30 customers built up over a 4 to 6 month period. So you don't even have to do it all in 1 month. You can if you want. That's up to you. So really be on top of, the company sends you a report 3 times a month with just your customers. And there's a column on the right-hand side that we either have A's, D's, or C's, and we want them all as A's. And you can send them to yourself. If you don't know or you're still learning, connect with the next upline that knows and they'll teach it. It took me a while to work out how to do it. Now, what I would love for you guys to do, this was the best thing one of the best little things that I took away from NMD school. When you are finished on team training, I would love for you to count up every single one of your active customers. So no cancels, because cancels can stay on the report for a while. Count up your active customers. Now times that number. So say, for example, you have 7 customers. Times that number by 2. Gives you 14. Now that is 14%. And that is how much time you want to be focusing on finding people for the business. Now, that might not make much sense. What I mean is, if you have a high customer count, like you've hit your 25 to 30 customers, times that by 2, 30 times 2 is 60%. You need to be spending 60% of your Juice Plus time on finding new business because you've got your customer base. So if your customer count is low, or it's lower than 10, the average franchisee has 7 customers. The average franchisee. Most people qualify through team, which is nothing wrong with that. But if you only have 7 to 10 customers, you don't have enough customers to self-qualify, which means if you have 10, for example, customers, times that by 2 gives you 20%. 20% of your time should be spent on new team. 80% of your time, you need to find some customers to qualify. Now, that doesn't mean, oh my God, I need to just get customers in 100% of your time. You still need to be finding team members because team grows your promotions, grows your business. But you want to be self-qualified because once you're self-qualified, you only need to maintain those customers and then grow your team. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, you can pop it in the chat. That's just a little point. And the reason that I share that is because I did mine. I've been constantly trying to get customers. And my report, and I'll share this with you, my report shows that I need to be spending 60% of my time on new team. So, or even, it's actually saying I need to spend something like 80% time on my team because, I'm self-qualified. If you're self-qualified, find team. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. Most of you may have come off that 90-day game plan Zoom call that was just on. If not, it's because it was full. The Zoom call was just explaining the 90-day game plan that's coming up. On the 11th of September, it's a Sunday. There is going to be a whole day course on the 90-day game plan. I'm pretty sure it's going to be free. I have to find out the details. But if you can block that out in the diary, the 11th of September, it is going to kick your butt into gear. It is going to help you make a plan. And it's all about strategizing. For those who aren't in Perth, there should be a Zoom connected to that. But if you are in Perth, it's a Sunday. See if you can get involved in that, guys, because 90-day game plan is incredible for you to structure and have a system. Now, what else was I going to try? I've got a nice list here for us. Back to the customers and your business. Another point is, and we've gone over this before, how many people are you talking to per day to hit your goal? I want you to ask yourself this and be real with yourself. What goal do you have this month? How many customers do you want? How many teamies do you want in your business? Or how many people do you want to help financially or nutritionally? How many people does that take per day to talk to? If you only want to talk to 3 people a day, how high expectations are you putting on yourself to get 10 team members for the month? Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? So I really want you to ask yourself and be real. What are my realistic goals? How many people per day? Or how many conversations this month do I need to have? Yeah, new conversations. And coming back from NMD school, here's a trick for you guys. One of the girls is like, I was like, how do you find new people? Come on, tell me. What's the secret, right? Because I go on groups and I add people from groups and start conversations. What another tip is going to your friends and people who aren't interested in Juice Plus and your friends, go into their friends and add people that you have mutual friends with. Because what you can do is you add them, your mutual friends, you may have bumped into each other along the way. You've created a connection because you're using your Facebook friends as referrals, and you know they're going to be on your Facebook. They're going to see your cool posts that you put up. So if you ever feel stuck, that you don't know people to talk to, you have no one, how many friends do you have on Facebook? How many friends do they have? Go through and add them. People may or may not accept. I've had some people accept and ask me, who am I? Great. They started the conversation first, and I'm just going to share with them, like, this is how I know this person's fun. We have mutual friends. You know, you could be like, I'm not sure if this would be for you, but business is booming and I'd love to give you some more information because you might like this opportunity. If I sent you this, would you look at it? Blah, blah, blah. So see how you can flow into a new people conversation. All right. Another point that I would love to touch on is, okay, so a lot of people come into this business or into any business and they expect to be millionaires overnight. Now, this is what happens when we play the comparison game. And as Stacey said, you know, you should never, ever compare. I am a victim of, I shouldn't say victim, I am a culprit of this. I used to compare with everyone in the business all the time and I would put myself down. Comparison is the thief of joy. And if you ever compare yourself to anyone, don't compare yourself as a victim or, you know, something that's going to get you down. Compare yourself with curiosity, meaning, oh, you know, I'm really jealous, or that looks really cool. What is she doing? Or I wish I could do what she does. Instead of letting that get you down, be like, what is she doing? Connect with her. Or him, I shouldn't be sexist, sorry. It's usually females in Juice Plus. Find out what they're doing, because that's what I did at NMD school, because I sat there, I'm like, I sat next to the guy who did QNMD in 5 months. I was like, what are you doing? You know, I want to do what you're doing. Tell me, feed me everything. I want to be, if I'm going to compare myself to you, I want to be curious. I want to know what you're doing so I can do it too. So never, ever compare yourself unless it's out of curiosity to learn what they're doing, because people in this business, we share, reach out to people. We're not about keeping secrets. We're about helping each other. And that's the beauty of our business. And in saying that, if you ever feel like, what's incredible about this business is when you join Juice Plus, you're joining a community of uplines that want to help you. Don't ever think that you're wasting our time or interrupting our time or getting in our way. We want to help you. Your upline wants to help you. When can you ever go into a workplace and every single person surrounding you wants to help you, uplift you, and get you to your goals? They'll drop anything for you. As long as it's in their schedule, they'll drop anything for you. So please do not hesitate to reach out. I will get back to you. You know, your upline will get back to you. Kylie will, Caitlin will. Sidelines, you guys, we've got a team page and some of you guys are using that really well. So I'm loving it. Okay, so this is something I took away from Linda Everton. So for those of you who don't know who Linda Everton is, she's our only 300 club in Australia. It's incredible, and she's come from a place of coaching through her business. She's been in the business 7 years, and this is what she taught. This is what she did for, you know, such a long time, and it can frustrate you because what we do, and this is when you're in this business for a longer amount of time, this will make more sense to you. When we bring in team members, we love on them because we can see their potential and we know the potential of this business. But what happens is we start to love them and want it for them more than they want it for themselves. Meaning that we know how easy it is or how simple it is to get to SDVF. All we need to do is encourage our team members. How can we help you and whatnot? But if they don't want it enough as you do, you're going to end up getting frustrated. And it's not because you're annoyed because you're not succeeding. You're frustrated. And I experience this all the time. We get frustrated because we know your potential, or we know the new team's potential, and we just want to help. And what we learn in NMD school, and this is the numbers, and this is so true, 80% of people are happy exactly where they are. Or they let the fear of succeeding or failing get in the way from them stepping up to the next level and wanting to learn and take action. And what happens is, in Juice Plus, because we are the company of the heart, we spend a lot of our energy in helping the 80% of people who just want to stay at DVF or SDVF don't want, say they want to go further, but they don't want to take the action. They don't want to go into training calls. And guys, I'm being completely realistic here, because I'm sure those of you who are starting to build team and have been in the business for a while, we understand that some people are really happy just having a family account. And you know what? That is incredible. And we love them where they are, but we have to stop putting in more energy than what they want, because they might not want it as much as we want it for them for their own success. So what we do is we let go and we love them where they are. Then there's 15% of people in the business. Now, these are the people that get to sales coordinator, SSC. They really want it, but, they still let the fear of success or failure get in the way, or they need to go through that personal development to get to the next level, and we work with them as long as they reach out to us, yeah? Then we have the 5% of people. Now, the 5% of people get to national marketing director. And the difference between the 5% of people and the 80 or 95, well, pretty much the 80% of people, is because the 5%ers get themselves out of the way, make it about the other person. So if you want to be a 5%er and if you want to be an NMD, what are you willing to do to get there? What are you willing to sacrifice now to reap the rewards later? How far are you willing to go? How far out of your comfort zone are you willing to go? How far are you going to challenge yourself to make the phone call that scares you? Because you just never, ever know. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. So I really want to ask you guys, you are on team training, which means you want to learn. But how important is it to you for you to get to the next level in this business? How important is it to you for you to hit your goals? Whether it's your long-term goal or your short-term goal. How important is it for you to have a lifestyle full of choice so you don't have to wake up to an alarm every day and answer to a boss every day? Yeah, or take a holiday when you want. How important is it to you? And that's why I'm asking you this, because sometimes we forget how important it is because someone says no to us. And then we get shut down and we take it personally and we get caught up here because we think that person doesn't like us anymore and we don't want to do Juice Plus anymore because we can't handle the no's. But what happens if you ask 3 more people and that third person said yes? It all takes that one person to say yes at the start, and you keep duplicating that. So the reason that I'm saying this to you guys is because look, the business structure is exactly the same for everyone, no matter who you are. The product is exactly the same. The only difference between you and me, him and her, whoever is in the business, is up here and how you connect your head to your heart and how far you are willing to go to learn how to do that. Because honestly, guys, it all comes down to you. And you cannot blame your upline for anything in this business. You cannot blame your downline for anything in this business. If your business isn't growing or your team members aren't stepping up or your team members aren't, they tell you they want to succeed, but they're not getting on trainings, they're not coming to events. Where's the leadership? The leadership comes from within. Are you turning up to team training? Are you coming to the event? Are you going out and talking to new people and showing your team how to, this is what you do. This is how many conversations I'm having. This is how many no's I'm getting. I feel it too. Everyone gets no's. So if you let the no's get in the way of your own success, and I don't like saying it so bluntly, but I'm a blunt person, the only person's fault that is your own. If you see other people are surrounding you in your team succeeding and you do feel jealous and you compare, the only person that you need to look at is yourself in the mirror. You can't get annoyed and shitty at your upline because they're signing on more team members than you. What does that mean? That means that they're making more conversations. You don't know how many no's that they got to get there. So I want you to understand this because, we love each other so much as a team and we want to help each other, but we've got to have that understanding that, yes, we get no's, but we also get yeses. And you don't get rich overnight, guys. Juice Plus it's not get rich overnight, it's get rich over a long time. But you can get rich in this business, but you got to stick to it. And in saying that, we see a lot of team members, especially through the Brisbane team, hitting high levels really quickly. But do you know what? sometimes there's not sustainability in speed. Success loves speed, but it doesn't mean it's sustainable. You know, build it up. Maybe you're not hitting all your promotions within 5 months, but every single month you've set a goal and you've progressed, you've done your customer care, you've made new conversations, you've signed on your customer, you've found a new teamie to help. Yeah. And you stick to it over time and over time. 2.5 years ago, I could not tell you this because I had no faith that this would ever happen to me. And I just stuck with it and I never gave up. And I know you guys can do that too. So just to finish off, you know, what we are in our business, if we want our business to grow, one, we understand that everyone in this business, everyone in your team is a volunteer. We volunteer to do this. We put our hand up, we pay our registration, and we're like, yep, we want to do this because we have a goal. So no one in this business is our boss. And, you know, I've learned that the hard way because I didn't know how to be a leader and I'm still learning. But to be a leader means you've got to be a servant leader in this business. Who do you want to serve? Respect your time. Make sure people respect your time and you respect theirs, but how are you going to serve them to get them where they need to be? So, you know, they're the main things that I really want to share with you that I took from leadership training. And, you know, so it might not make sense right now, some of it. That's fine because you're new. It might not make sense. You know, this wouldn't have made sense to me 2.5 years ago. It wouldn't have made sense at all. All you got to do is take it step by step and have your big vision, because this business can do it for you. But if you get caught up in here and take things personally and blame other people, blame, shame, and justify for things that aren't going right for you, you've got to stop, look in the mirror. All right, how can I get through this? What do I need to do? Who do I need to contact to ask for help? Kim, what do I do next? Stacey, what do I do next? Jana, what do I do next? Whoever your upline is. Reach out. Listen to Eric Warre, GoPro. Guys, he used to do Juice Plus. I don't know if you saw my post in the team, but I found out that Eric Warre, before he went to Network Marketing Pro, he started in Juice Plus. How cool is that? And he still takes Juice Plus and does Juice Plus on the side, but he also does his thing. So if you haven't listened to GoPro by Eric Warre, he literally is telling you how to do Juice Plus business. So this is recorded so you can watch it over and over again. I'm not going to keep going, but just really dig deep with yourself and work out, are you reaching your goals? Are you happy where you are right now in your business? If you're not completely satisfied where you are right now, what is it going to take for you to get to the next level? That's what you need to ask yourself, guys. It's what I ask myself every single day. So, awesome, guys. Thanks for the chat messages. We have about 3 minutes. So if you would like to ask a question, I don't want this to cut out before it starts recording. Take yourself off mute and I'll put it back to gallery view or wave. Does anyone have a question for the last 3 minutes? No? Did that all make, can I get a thumbs up if that made sense? Oh my God, you guys are amazing. Love it. If you talked to me like, a year ago, I would have just been speaking gibberish talking to you guys. I never made any sense. So love it. You know what the most important thing to do is and have your goal is when you join the business. It just is about talking to new people constantly. You know, another little tip I'll suggest to you is play around with Facebook ads. You know, that might be something too. That's what I've started to look at. So if you want to promote your pages out there, play around with Facebook ads and narrow down your audience to a specific town. I'm not going to go into, we'll do a whole nother day of that. Luce is running our Facebook social media training thing. Her post is in Team Coconuts. I haven't had a chance to look at the date yet. So it's $20 for her time, which I think is incredible. And she's going to teach you how to rock social media. She's absolutely rocking it. But yeah, you guys are amazing. Thank you, Natalia. Well, you are awesome too. Now, I can see Jodie's already hustling, which is fantastic. I'm going to finish this up and reach out, guys. If I don't hear from you, how can I help you? Same with your uplines. If your uplines don't hear from you, how can they help you? Because we're a servant to you, but we're not your boss. So we're not going to, what are you doing? You know, you need to do this, you need to do that. So reach out. Do you want to be a 5% or an 80%er? Yeah? Do you want to stand out and grow a business and do what it takes? And the more no's you get, the more you're going to grow as a person. So honestly, guys, you rock. You don't have any questions, so I'm going to finish this up now. Less than a minute to go. All right. I'm going to stop